Noli, we finna make this shit happen.
Cause they can't do it.
Played the front in the morning, hit the back when the sun fell. Hiding transactions from the neighbors so they don't tell. Regardless what we spread, this bitch won't hide the dope smell. Niggas get popped, sent to jail as hell, dope tails. How the fuck you still on the bricks with open dope sales? If they ain't did it already, believe they gon' tell. Outsmart the rookies, so the sergeants on our coattails.
Yo, what's poppin', man? What's to it? Y'all already know how the squad do it. You gotta stay moving to get through it. I hope everybody is blessed and stress-free. And if you ain't, start knowing you can so you can stop thinking you can't. What's going on with y'all, man? What's popping with the population, man? How y'all doing today? I'm pretty dope. I'm pretty dope. I started my 90-day thing, and I gotta say, like, it's even for the things that I personally chose to do, you know, like it's still a challenge. It really is a challenge because you don't really realize how much you missing out on or you don't have the time for throughout your day, and it's only due to things that really don't. I had to notice, right? So like I'm on day 2, right? And I had to notice that even knowing and having set times for things, I'm not sticking to them times, even though, right? I don't have nothing else to do during them times. Well, like, I ain't gonna say nothing else because the last 2 days, my first 2 days, like what I wanted to do for my morning routine, you know what I'm saying? Like, kind of got thrown off because of, you know, a couple of things that was beyond my control. Like the dentist. I had to go to the dentist today. Oh God. Like, I hate going to that motherfucker, bro. It's always some drilling and shit. Like, even as a shorty, gang, like, it was always, oh, we finna have to push this, do this, shoot you in the mouth. So it's crazy. But yeah, though. So, like, I had to actually realize what I was doing, and I see it now already. In the first 2 days, I see a couple of things that I've been doing wrong that primarily maybe could have halted a lot of things that I've wanted to do or been wanting to do or even could have already accomplished doing. But minor things that I let interject themselves, or not even that I let, because it takes for me to actually do it. So the things that I interject in the times when I'm supposed to be doing something else, I gotta work on that. So, you know, all in all, these first couple of days is kind of they promising. They real positive. I'm figuring out some things, man. So like, I definitely encourage everybody, you know, don't follow nobody else's. You feel me? Create your own and get busy with it. But today though, you know, we finna do a reaction. I'm gonna do a couple reaction videos today. I'm gonna do a couple of blog videos too, just, you know, chopping it and giving my opinions on some things, you know what I mean, or how I feel about a lot of different things. But this one though, this reaction, Cooley destroys trans guy. Now, right, as a heterosexual male, right, you know, me being the head of the sexuals like I am, you know what I'm saying? Like, I don't take nothing from nobody and who they are, right? But my thing is that once you start taking it beyond who you are and basically pushing it on somebody else, then now it becomes a problem, you know. And it's like at the end of the day, regardless of what you want to be, like it's gotten to a point to where they have literally tried to like rewrite science basically, and it's like, oh, because you think that you want to play on words, that's not how life goes. Oh, well, you know, this or that, or him and hers, and we're not gonna do this. And it's like, no, bro, like at the end of the day, it's just, it is what it is. Science, it will always be science, you know what I mean? So like, I'm curious to see though what they talking about, you know what I'm saying? So look, we finna go and jump right into it. Let's see what's going on, y'all. Let's see what's going on.
You are, or maybe you're not. Are you a man or a woman?
Are you referring to biological sex or gender?
There's only sex.
Well, if you're referring
It's
to
the same
biological
thing.
sex, I have the reproductive organs of a biological male.
So you are a man.
Well, that could mean gender, in which case
No, it can't mean. Whether, regardless of how he says it, whether it's gender, whether it's anything else, having a penis means you are a man, or whatever you want to call it. Genetically and scientifically, you are a man.
I would say no.
It's the same thing.
Same thing. Sex and
They're
gender are
not.
the same
So
thing. Gender
there's
is
only
is a
two
construct.
genders. There's only two genders:
Okay.
male, male and female, man and
Male
woman.
and female are biological sexes.
Yeah. So man
So, like,
and woman.
Dogs can be males or females, but they can't be men or women, right?
We're not. Are you an animal?
What?
No, that's why I could.
Yeah,
also
I'm
be
not
a
an
woman.
animal. No, I'm not an animal. We're humans. We're human beings, right?
Yeah.
So we don't call a dog a man or a dog a woman.
That's her point.
We call exactly what I'm saying is that proves my point. If you're a human being, the male and the female is together with man and woman. There's no distinction between the two.
So
There's
it
no
doesn't matter
distinction
then
between
if there's
male
no
and female.
if there's no distinction.
There's no
then it does-
distinct. I'm talking about there's no distinction between the male, the term of what it means, male and man. There's no distinction, but
It's definitely not. Like, we know because of what the fuck it is. So therefore, like, we don't have to, when I say male, I know it has a penis. A man, you know, so whether it's a damn it don't matter what it is, whether however you want to describe it. Well, that's male. Okay, well, when you tell me it's male, I know it has a penis. You see what I'm saying? So I don't have to call it a man or anything else. Male, man, anything of those natures mean penis.
between that female
That's not true.
and woman, there's no distinction between that.
That's
no,
not
you
true.
can create a distinction between it.
A boy is a male, but he's not a man. A man is
No
an
one said
adult.
boy though. You just
Male.
inserted that in there. No
Well,
one said
a
boy.
boy is a male, but not a man.
No one said boy.
But there's a reason we
I
wouldn't-
understand you didn't say boy, but
But
you
there's
said
a
male
distinction
and man
between
are
that.
the same word. They're not the same word because boys are males, but not men. You understand the
No,
point? I'm
but
making?
who
boy
you
is
are
not a
bringing?
girl.
It don't matter what the fuck point, you see, and this right here, this be the fucking reason. This is the reason that shit be all the way fucked up, because then you got these motherfucking goofy ass females who want to try to come and be this whole, oh no, and you want to make it harder. So now because a motherfucker is going that this way, now here you come wanting to try to deliberately though and throw shit off. Now it's an argument with you over whether guess what, you want to know something? Boy, male, man, one common factor, penis. At the end of the day, we can stop the conversation right the fuck there. Do you have a penis or a vagina? When you were born, were you born with a penis or a vagina? Now, the ones who go and get the full surgery and all of that, I mean, technically, yes, you are female. Scientifically and biologically, no, you are not.
A boy is not a girl.
A boy is a young male. A man is an adult male. That's the
Yeah.
only point I'm
What
making.
I'm saying.
But see, you see how you're just trying to cause any kind of conversation, like any kind of, where's my, I need to smoke, man. I shouldn't have did this. I shouldn't have did this. I shouldn't have did what my motherfucking instance said. I shouldn't have did this, because this is crazy.
So
Yes.
both male.
This is crazy.
They're still both males.
Yes, but you said male and man are the same thing. They're not the same thing. That's the only point I'm making.
No, it is.
No, because boys can be males, but not men.
She's just being pedantic. That's all.
Yeah, you're just
Yeah,
being
pretty much, it's
pedantic
just
and you're saying,
pedantic.
well,
Man, I don't even know what pedantic the fuck mean, gang. But what I do know is she annoying as fuck. Like, and I'm talking about beyond annoying. Like, her annoyance is so annoying that annoying people will say she's annoying in real life.
boys. Who said boys?
Pedantic?
Did I
It's
ever
a
say
basic
boys?
This is logic.
No, did I ever
It's
say
not
boy?
pedantic. I mean,
No,
it's
no.
pedantic.
All right, fuck this. We finna pedantic. Let's just go look, cause see, we ain't finna be sitting here. That's one thing we ain't gonna do over here is be sitting here looking like dummies and shit. How the fuck you spell pedantic? Is that with a D or T? Yeah, here you go. What? Where the fuck is the definition? Oh, okay. So pedantic means someone who's too concerned with literal accuracy or formality. Yeah, that well, she's pedantic as fuck. We just learned something today, so snap y'all motherfucking fingers, pat yourself on y'all back, and when the motherfuckers say, so that's almost like being technical, like too technical and shit. So like, you know what I'm saying? But pedantic, that's like the new. So we gonna call that the new.
It's
You know?
actually
Logic.
that's stupid.
Fellas, let her go ahead and say what she wants to say. But did I ever say boys?
No, you didn't. That's
Okay,
my
great. So if
point.
no, that is not a point. What you are then doing is you're inserting the word boys and trying to make a different point than the point I'm making. Do you get it?
No.
So you
You
said, well,
said there's
oh,
no
you didn't include boys, which then boys would be is not a mature adult, so it's not a man. Yeah, there's a distinction between that. I said that proved my point, which you didn't prove wrong, is that male and man, there's no distinction between the two. That has nothing to do with boy.
If
Get
you
your
say
mind,
there's
get
no
your mind
difference-
straight. Get your mind
if you
straight.
say there's my point is there is a difference between
There's
the
no
word male.
if you bring in boy
I finish the
and you
point,
say
or
that
are you
there's a
that triggered?
distinction
You
between
seem a
a
little
boy
mad.
and a man.
And then the first thing that a motherfucker do is you're triggered, you're mad. Like, what does that mean? But so because now that the conversation is going to a point to where now that you really will have to articulate yourself in a way to where you can make it understandable, because right now at this point you sound buffoonish as fuck. Now we got to be mad or we got to be triggered, and this is what it sounds like. No, what it sounds like is that a person is getting to a point to where you're being so obnoxiously ignorant that a motherfucker has to now drill it into your head, whereas the conversation could have been the conversation if you would have just went past the point of just trying to be right.
Then yes, that's a different
Male?
point than what I
Cooley,
made, Grace.
I
You
may
have
not
low
even be
IQ.
disagreeing with you.
No, Grace, no,
Oh,
stop
okay,
it.
now
You
the
have
low
low
IQ
IQ
thing.
now.
Why don't you call me a monkey
You have low
too?
IQ. You have
Okay.
low IQ.
If you
A monkey? A monkey? Why the fuck would he call you a monkey, bitch? He said low IQ. Monkeys are smart as fuck. All monkeys are smart. This just goes to show how low your fucking IQ is. If he's telling you that you're low IQ-ish, and monkeys are literally the smartest primates in the fucking world, like, then that would mean that your IQ really, that's
Say there's no difference between a male and a man, then how can a boy be a male? Because a boy is not a man, but a boy is a male. That's my only point. Male and man
So
are
is
not
there
exactly the same.
So if we're speaking about a man,
Do a boy and a man have a penis? Yes. Well, that would make both of them males. So, of course, a man would be someone 18 and older. A boy would be someone 17 and younger. So now, does the boy and the man have a ding-a-ling? Yes.
male and a man, is there any distinction between the two?
Yes. A male
What's the
is
distinction
any
between the two?
age. A male is any age, any species, sex. A man is an adult human male.
That's a distinction between a man and a boy. You are something is
that's
wrong
not
with
true.
you. No, something, you literally have low IQ. You're bringing in another word and you're making a distinction
any
for
arguments, you
it, but
just
you're
told
not
me low
making a
IQ.
distinction
Okay, but-
for what I
okay.
just said. Because there's
No argument.
no distinction for it, Grace. But anyways,
Okay,
let's go ahead and get to your friend here, and then I'll give the floor to Dane. So once again, you identify as a man. Do I have that correct?
Oh no, my identity, which is psychological, not biological, by the way, has nothing to do with what my genital organs are, and it is with a woman.
Now, for you to make that distinction, psychological, not biological, right? We know that the psychology of a person has to deal with the mind, right? And we also know that crazy people say crazy things. And in which case, this is why they say these types of behaviors are those of people with mental illness.
Because that is a gender, not a sex.
Got it. So you identify as a woman. So already you're operating in a delusion. That's what I wanted to know. Okay. So,
Well,
all right.
your
Just,
opinion.
you are, well, that is a delusion. You can never be a woman, but in your mind, you think that you are a woman, right?
I think it's delusional to expect 100% of the population to identify with their genitals, even though identity is something that happens at a different stage in development than the development of our sexual organs.
If I feel like
Okay,
I'm black and I identify as black,
Good question.
That has nothing to do with the development of your brain.
what do you mean? If I
I know this bitch ass nigga didn't just. I'm sorry, y'all. I shouldn't have. Hold on, my bad. Hold on. So you finna sit here and tell me that my vanilla chocolate brother right here can't say he black and identifies black, but you can identify as a girl and you got a penis.
I've grown up, I have a lot of black friends. I have a lot of
That's-
friends from the Caribbean. I'm very influenced by black culture. I mean, why can't I identify as black?
Because
I feel,
you identify
right?
as a man, John. I think that's a little bit delusional.
You just need the attention, so go somewhere else. I'm trying to talk to your friend.
Ooh, I like that. You just need the attention. And then now look, he crying. How is he crying when he just told you you need attention? Go somewhere else. I'm trying to talk to your friend. You just told this man he's delusional for identifying as a man. So what are you trying to say? I see this is
Yeah, so
No comeback. That's what I thought.
identifying
Go cry.
with a particular gender
You're
is,
so low.
is a natural stage of development. Not everyone might identify with their race because that's not a natural component of our brain to have that identity. But 99% of people, well, more than 99, but will identify with their genitals. It's a natural deviation, key point natural, for not everybody to do that, because they happen at different stages of development, and those conditions can change throughout development. Things like testosterone levels in the womb can affect people's identities.
Okay, so question for you. If someone identifies, like if a man, male, because that is saying man and male, if this man identifies anything other than a female, is it then a delusion? Is it then mental illness? Like, say if he identifies as a
That'd be a
cat.
cactus.
Oh, so you mean women? Okay, sorry. I am trying to follow, so I was just making sure we're on the same page.
Oh, well, I'll make it very simple. If a human being identifies as anything other than another sex, male or female or man or woman, if they identify as anything else, is that a mental illness?
Not in its own right, but I'll give you this much. They wouldn't be functional in society, right? We don't need to accommodate those people, and they can't really make demands that would be reasonable. I think for me to make demands from the standpoint as a woman, well, we already accommodate women. We already have.
Bro, one of your demands as a woman is to be allowed to go into the female's bathroom game with your swinging dingling. You want to go and you're saying that, oh, these can't be accommodated. Gee, that can't be accommodated either. You ain't, listen, right? You or any one of your whatever y'all call these bristers, whichever, any one of y'all bristers, right? And they try to go into the bathroom where my daughter, my niece, my little cousin, my mama, my grandma, like any woman in my family, and they're trying to waltz in there. I don't give a fuck how much makeup, bad wigs, high heels, or motherfucking estrogen that you put on or in your body. You will not enter that bathroom with mine in there. And I will stand on that in any public forum ever.
Things in society for women. So I'm just asking to be accommodated as something that already exists.
Well, we have certain accommodations for women because there's a clear biological distinction between men and women. So therefore, you wouldn't get any of the special privileges that a woman or a female would get, because you don't have the same biology. Make sense? This is why there's certain privileges for women, because they are different than men. They're the weaker vessel. They can bear children. You can't. Does that make sense?
Sorry, it did lag out, but I think I mostly got what you're saying.
What happened? Did I cut out?
It was roboting on my end, so I think it was.
Was it doing it on anyone else's end?
Not mine.
Not on my end.
Yeah, no, I'm over Wi-Fi because I'm at work, unfortunately. Normally, I have a setup at home because I.
Fair enough. Did you hear what I said though? Or should I repeat it?
Just the end part, because I heard the beginning. Just like
okay.
If you had a question.
Yeah, it was a question. So you said that, well, they wouldn't fit in. Like if a human being identified as anything else other than a man or a woman, then they wouldn't fit in society, because we haven't created any norms in society for these people to identify as anything else other than man or woman. But for a man to identify as a woman, well, we already have certain privileges and things set up for women. So this man can identify as that, and, you know, he'll be able to fit in and things would be just fine. My refutation for that is, no, that's not true, because the accommodations that we make for women is based off of their biology. And guess what? You don't share that same biology.
Sure. I would refute that, saying that we can't really police most things based on biology. Sports is an interesting discussion, and we could discuss that all night, to be honest. And I've had that debate before, so I am well versed on it if you ever want to. But let's look at, just for some
sports, like, bro, like males have advantages, period, due to, oh my fucking God.
Simplicity's sake, bathrooms. We don't really look at people's genitals in the bathrooms. What really matters is if someone would pass, right? So I don't really think I pass as a woman. I'm just going to be honest. But in reality,
I believe that's untrue. I disagree with what you presuppose. And what you are positing as a fact, I disagree with that. Because I don't think that we, real quick, I don't think that we created different bathrooms because women wear dresses and put on makeup and men pee standing up. I don't think that's why we create different bathrooms.
You're not understanding her point. She's saying we
It's a
don't
he.
look at the genitals. Okay, you're a real big guy for saying that. We don't
No,
look
but
at
it
their
is.
genitals before they enter the bathroom. So, like, for example, if a 15-year-old boy looks like a girl and has long hair, nobody's going to notice if he goes in the girl's bathroom. It's just, like, nobody's going to notice. Nobody's going to freak out. The point is when it's a guy who looks like a man going into the girl's bathroom. That's what people have an issue with. And she's saying she doesn't really look like a girl, so she doesn't pass.
Got it.
That's all she's
So
saying.
I think I understood her point. His point. Look, you jacking me up now. See, this is C chat. This is why
Isn't it nice to
confusion
be nice
happens.
to people? It's
No,
nice to be
it's a
nice
he,
to
but
people.
this is what happens.
He's not being mean. He does not, just because he calls something for what he sees and what it is, it does not mean that he's mean. Because you have the delusion that you're this does not mean that I have to own that same delusion. No, what I see is what I will describe. If you did a crime, right? If the motherfuckers asked, who done it? I say it was a dude dressed like a girl. You're still going to be a man. So it was a man. Yes, this was a man. Like, regardless of what you want to, I identify as Brittany. Listen, Barrett, you are still a boy.
About confusion, when you keep saying the word over and over as if it's true, then people tend to make mistakes, or they actually just believe that it is true, but it's actually a lie. Like, in order for a lie to become true, you got to repeat it over and over and over. This is why the truth only sets you free. But real quick, what I'm saying is very simple. I'm getting down to the root of why there's different bathrooms for male and female,
Okay.
right? The reason why, so real quick, my argument is this, and please answer this question, okay? I'm gonna just call you he. Please answer this question, he.
I don't care.
Okay? So the bathrooms was created differently for men and women based off of the biological differences of men and women, not based off of women dress this way and men dress this way, not based off appearances. It's based off of the biological differences of men and women. That's why bathrooms was created differently. So you bringing up bathrooms and trying to use this as an example to make your point, it is wrong, because bathrooms was created based off of the biological differences, which still goes to my point is when you say that, well, the only reason that a man can be a woman and fit into society normal rather than a person that identifies as a cat and they won't fit into society normal is because we already created societal norms for men and women. So therefore a man can identify as a woman and fit in. I'm saying that that's untrue because we created these differences based off of biology, not based off of physical outer appearances.
You want to know something? I got a whole family full of natural women. Whole family full of natural women. None converted. No conversions of them. No conversions of women. Just all natural women, right? And I've had the luxury of my whole life only dealing with all natural women, right? And all those women, right? I literally have almost died over 200,000 times from all those women, right? And all for the same exact thing, right? Because of how insensitive to periods and period cramps and everything that goes with periods that I am as a man. I don't think bro ass has ever shoved a tampon nowhere, used a nothing with wings, or had no motherfucking cramps, or had to deal with some shit that I just learned about now, period poops. The fuck is a period poop? But apparently they some of the worst shits a woman can ever take in her life.
Sure. So 2 points. First point is, if what you were saying was true, then I wouldn't be able to use a woman's washroom. It wouldn't be possible for me, and vice versa. But it seems like they can. And secondly,
No, but you're going
The
to
separation of
you're going to I'm going to why it was created. Not well. Some people
I'm
some people
responding to
may
that with my second
mistake
point.
some people may mistake
to
you
my
as a
second point
woman.
so I can
That's
respond
something
to that.
totally different.
Yeah, the reason that we have these separations is ideally for people's safety. And I would argue that as a trans woman, I'm actually less safe in a men's washroom because there are plenty of men who would either assault.
Oh, and while I'm doing this, I do want to just show that it is another person on this side of this right here, so y'all can see what bro look like. You feel me? Y'all can see what gang look like. I just want to show y'all.
Me violently or sexually for being there, and I'm safer in a woman's washroom. But the idea of assaulting people in general is actually still very legal, regardless of what your gender is and which bathroom you go into.
You going into a woman's bathroom, the women in that bathroom is at a biological disadvantage than you. So therefore, they would be
going in
more
there to
in
assault
danger.
women.
Time out, stop it. They, generally speaking, they would be more in danger by you, right? You're a man. There's also weak men going to the bathroom with strong men. But we're not speaking about that, right? We're just speaking about why men and women's bathrooms was created in the first place. It was created based off of the biological differences of men and women, not based off of the woman wears a dress and the man wears pants.
So if it's based off biological differences, how come I can use a woman's bathroom with my male genitalia? Because it seems like it's compatible with my male sex organs.
Because
You can't use a woman's bathroom with your male genitalia. You can use a toilet with your male genitalia, but that toilet that you're trying to use just so happens to be in a woman's bathroom, gang. Like, and at this point, it's like, what in all the fucks oh my god. Oh my god.
of indoctrination, the Democrats, the left, the liberals,
But then it's
they let it happen. They made it legal in certain areas.
But then the difference isn't about that biology. Then I can go in there with a different biology and it's compatible.
If you walk into a woman's bathroom and it's in a state where that's illegal, then you would be breaking the law.
But now you're arguing legality, not biology. You said this is.
You're arguing bathrooms. All of this ties into the bathroom. If this state that you're in does not allow what you're doing, and you're trying to go and do it, then you're breaking the law. The legalities come into it because it's something that you're not supposed to be doing, period. So when you still go to try to do it because you want to do what you want to do, you break the law. So it's not him bringing legalities, it's just
is about biological differences, in which case I would imagine that women have some fancy toilet that can only connect to their vagina, not to be too explicit, but just to get to the point. And in men's washrooms, there's something that only can be used with a penis. But I don't think that's the case. In fact, I think the toilets that exist there are the same that we have in our houses, which both men and women can use. And I think that the difference.
You see how I knew he was gonna do that. How I knew he was gonna say some shit like that, just about the toilet. Yeah, you can. A toilet is a toilet, you dumb motherfucker. But on the side of the room, right, that you gotta walk into, because see, now I can see if the toilets was just out in the fucking open and you just walking and it's just here goes a toilet, here goes a toilet. Yeah, we don't care who uses this motherfucker. Smokey the fucking Bear could come up and use this toilet. Nobody would give a fuck. But when you try to go into that room where there's toilets at, right, that has a silhouette of a person in a fucking dress on the side of it, that means women. No dinglings, sir.
Differences between those two types of washrooms, men's and women's washrooms, are for the safety of both individuals. Is that not reasonable?
So then it is a biological reason then.
No,
You're proving
it's
my
for the
point.
safety. It's because we separate men and women to keep women safe.
Okay, so we separate men and women to keep women safe, but why do we have to separate men and women to keep women safe? Is it because that men have a different biology than women, like they're physically stronger?
Because women tend to feel safer around other women than men.
Is it
Also
just
because
feelings or is it
men are
biology?
dangerous. Men are
Who the fuck told you that? I don't know no bitches that like feel safer around other bitches. I just know bitches who hate on each other. All bitches hate on each other. Bitches don't even want to be friends these days. And I don't want to hear the ladies and women, man. All y'all the same shit, and motherfuckers.
dangerous too.
No, is it just feelings or is it biology?
Well, again, I don't think it can be biology because if I go walking, there's not like a genital scanner. There's not like a biology scanner at the front of bathrooms.
No, no. You're
Sure,
misinterpreting.
I have a certain
You're
biology.
misunderstanding what I'm saying, right?
The laws that you pointed to, if I could finish, do point to a concern for safety.
Okay, but once again,
safety.
the reason why the laws point to safety is because the laws understand that there's a clear biological distinction between men and women when it comes to physical capabilities. Is that not true? Or is it true? Because why else would they make this into law about safety if they think that a woman isn't going to be safe if a man enters the bathroom?
Because women tend to be the victims of sexual assaults and men tend to be the purveyors.
Okay, and how can men be the purveyors of sexual assault if they're not stronger?
On average, they're stronger.
Okay, so then it goes back to what? The B word.
Not
Biology.
Wait, a lot of that is mind over matter, and studies have shown that.
No, biology.
When we condition women to feel like you're helpless around men, then they're going to act helpless if a man attacks them. You realize this, right?
That's not true.
Oh no, but
Okay,
come on,
so
now,
you're saying that
stronger than women. Men are physically generally.
I'm not
stronger.
saying there's zero biology to it, but I'm saying you can't just draw hard lines there. It also is psychology. It's other things. It's society in general. It's social norms that reinforce that we ought to do this.
Okay, so you're saying that it's social norms that say that we ought to do said thing. I get what you're saying, but I think you're still missing what I'm saying. I'm
acknowledging that there is some biology, to be clear, that there is some strength difference between men and women, statistically speaking.
But not just some. I'm speaking about the entire reason. So for every ought, like we ought to do something, we ought to do this. For everything that we do, there's a reason behind the ought. Your reasoning is, well, for social norms for the woman to feel safe. Well, peel the layer back further. Okay, if you peel the layer back further, it goes to biology. So therefore, you're proving my point. You're not refuting my point. You're proving it.
Well, yeah, but that biology is in part psychological, and that psychology is in part social. So again, we can't. All I'm saying is that yes, I agree with you that it is in part biology. The overall security mindset that society has around these washrooms is to protect people from a standpoint that women ought to be segregated from men in situations like that. It's also privacy, right? Can we be clear? It's also privacy. It's you don't care as much about privacy around other women as you would from a man, because that could be your mate.
Okay, so if you're so concerned with women and them feeling safe, you're a man. And you go into women's bathrooms and you would be making those women feel unsafe.
Gotcha, bitch.
So if you like...
Hey, so look, right? I'm gonna say this, man. I think the world everything was closeted before the internet, and before speaking and coming out, right? See, like somebody in your family can come out like this and y'all can still hide it. You know what I'm saying? It was able to be hidden. I feel like once the internet came and it got to a point to where it was, people wanting to speak on family issues, and my family don't want to accept this and all the extras. Shit started getting soft because it's like people start realizing, you know what, they finna know that baseball playing Bradley is now motherfucking butt injection Brenda. Like, you know what I'm saying? So it's nuts that, you feel me, everybody got to be subject to something, and the people who go against the delusions are the ones that got to be treated like they're the delusional ones. We got to be treated like we the ones that have the problem when we don't. Like, we're trying to address a problem and we get told that we should allow for this to happen. We get told that, we shouldn't say the truth, and that's crazy. It's like, 1 minute we expect it to be honest, men supposed to tell it how it is, and people are supposed to, but then the next minute it's like, oh well, you shouldn't be this way, you have to be that way. And it's crazy because, truth be told, bro, like, at the end of the day, if this thing was so much of a thing and it was so big of a thing, right, and they just, like, why are they putting it around us, right? See, why do they want to go to predominantly straight atmospheres, right, as the opposite? Like, why are you not presenting yourselves in these clubs that are for you? Like, if there's a straight man that wants to, they would call them bisexual, right? I guess, right? I don't know how that goes, but whatever, they would call it bisexual. Well, I'm pretty sure there's plenty of bisexual men that's in these clubs. Why bring your transgenderness to a club where we want vagina? Like, we want real vagina. And then now you sit here and somebody from over there who's a little more sober than this person peeps that your name is Claude, and then now this person has to feel humiliated. They gotta feel like it's just, at the end of the day, man, I feel like, if they so proud of themselves and y'all so proud of what y'all is and what y'all got, like, go do it. Where you know what? That's a whole nother video, and we're gonna do that. We're gonna do that because that's definitely what I created lesbianism for. Yeah, lesbian. I created being a lesbian back in 2022. Yeah. And that's just basically, a straight man who is only sexually attracted to women who were born natural women, and we spread the gospel of natural and created players. Yeah, those things. So that's gonna be another one. We'll get there though. But tell me what y'all think in the comments, man. Like, I mean, at the end of the day, I don't feel like nobody is being judged when you telling the truth. But what about you? Do y'all feel like, or how do you feel? I'm not gonna even put it into no choices or decisions for you to make. How do you feel about this type of topic? Let me know down there, man. And hey, to any new subscribers, welcome to the channel, man. To those who's here and that been here, I appreciate y'all being here. Thank you for rocking with me. I'm telling you, I'm finna pick it up. It's finna get better, man. And to the end, though, don't forget, go and check me out, man. I just dropped some new shit. I got some new shit dropping. Papa No Leon, streaming on all platforms, including YouTube Music. Tap in, man. Till next time, I'm gone.